Brussels is playing a fortune teller and is already predicting the next US president before the Americans even cast their ballots. The EU is getting ready for a Trump encore like it's a sequel to a blockbuster movie. Yes, you heard it right. The liberal yard is pretty tense as their orange man could come back really quick. Namaste and welcome to the Global Game with me, Vedika. Let's begin with the video report.
To get a first payment on the next generation.
Hello and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical. The race to become the 47th POTUS is on, with the arch rivals of the 46th battle getting armed to the teeth again. In a dramatic announcement, President Joe Biden has thrown his hat back into the ring for the 2024 presidential race, urging voters to trust in his experience and achievements and give him more time to finish the job. Despite concerns over his age, the 50-year Washington veteran is counting on his legislative record to outweigh any doubts about his ability to lead America into the future. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump has also announced his intention to seek re-election, setting the stage for an epic showdown between the two political titans. The 46th presidential battle may have changed America forever, but for EU allies, it was a moment of relief. Trump's harsh criticism of the EU, particularly over the Nord Stream 2 deal, had created tension between the two powers. But now, with Biden in the Oval Office, the EU has once again found its place as a valued partner. However, the prospect of a Trump return is causing anxiety and fear to once again grip the EU. Memories of his Germany is bad statement are still fresh in their minds, and they are bracing themselves for more backlash from the 47th POTUS. According to a media report by Der Spiegel, Germany has started preparations for the possible re-election of Donald Trump. Berlin is losing sleep over the possibility of a Donald Trump comeback, with some even entertaining the notion that he could once again upset the odds and triumph over Joe Biden. The consequences of such an outcome, they fear, would be disastrous for Ukraine and NATO. To avoid being caught off guard like they were in 2016, diplomats are taking proactive steps to establish contact with Trump's camp. Michael Link, the German government's coordinator for transatlantic cooperation, is particularly concerned about the prospect of a Trump re-election. He knows it would make his job a lot tougher and represent a greater challenge for Germany, Europe, and the world in general. As a result, he'll be spending a lot more time in the US in the coming months. Biden is saving our asses in Europe. These are the words of other German politicians who are also sounding the alarm bells, arguing that the Europeans need to become more self-reliant and less dependent on the US if Trump makes a comeback. Now, this is no hidden fact. Former US President Donald Trump had a notoriously contentious relationship with the European Union. From criticizing Germany's trade practices to calling the EU a foe, Trump was not shy about expressing his disdain for the bloc. The tension between Trump and the EU reached its boiling point over issues like the Iran nuclear deal, climate change, and NATO funding. The EU leaders in turn were vocal in their criticism of Trump's policies and rhetoric, describing them as damaging to the transatlantic alliance. With Biden, things were pretty much smooth, but the Ukraine war has changed it all. After spurring a political upheaval in Europe, the tide of conservatism is now coming to the US too. It is evident that if there is a direct contest between Biden and Trump in the United States, Trump is likely to return to power unless Biden performs exceptionally well. The European capital of Brussels has a sense that the future of the liberal West is heading down a tumultuous path. As a result, preparations have begun for the potential return of the MAGA figure. Ursula and company are definitely going to have a tough time.